guys, welcome back to my channel. Thank you guys so much for watching. Today we're going to be doing the first impression wear test on the new L'Oreal Infallible 24-hour fresh wear foundation. Now I do have two and I tried to figure out which shade I am in, and I think I am in the shade Natural Buff, which is 455. I thought it was a little bit too dark on me, but I think this one matches better than this one because I like the undertone in this one. So this one's a little too light on me and I don't like the way I look. I look kind of ghostly. So I go a shade up normally on my foundations, and then my concealer kind of evens everything out. So that's how I like to apply my foundation, but you guys do you, and it's just hard to match your foundation when you're ordering stuff online. So I bought this at Ulta and it retails for $14.99. You get 1 fluid ounce in here. So this foundation has 30 shades within the line, and this foundation claims to be up to 24-hour fresh staying power, long-lasting foundation with their most lightweight breathable texture, waterproof, transfer resistant and sweat resistant foundation, medium to buildable coverage foundation for a natural finish. And the detail on the Ulta website says, be unstoppable, introducing L'Oreal breakthrough long wear foundation with breathable skin technology. Infallible fresh wear 24-hour foundation provides medium to full buildable coverage that lasts all day and allows the skin to breathe. The formula's 3 oil absorbers, resistant sweat, water, and transfer. The ultra thin liquid goes on smoothly to give fresh, healthy looking complexion that lasts. Color stay true and blends in evenly, so your makeup looks fresh all day. This formula is suitable for all skin types. So I have dry skin and I like the light to medium coverage foundation. I'm super excited for this foundation because I love the L'Oreal True Match. I am obsessed with L'Oreal face products. Their powder foundation, the True Match line is really good. The Pro Glow is one of my favorites as well. So I'm super excited for this Infallible foundation. So I am going to prep my skin first because I don't know how this foundation is going to handle some of my dry patches that I do have. So I'm gonna go in with my Mario Badescu facial spray with aloe, cucumber, and green tea, and I'm just gonna go ahead and spritz my face with that. I've already done my brows, so that is out the way. I am just going to do the foundation, the concealer, and the powders, and then I'm gonna go about my day. And then at the end of the night, I'm gonna come back and let you guys know my final thoughts on this product. But the next thing I'm gonna go in with is the Smashbox Photo Finish Primerizer. I love this primer so much. Going in with my Cover FX Blurring Primer. I am just going to do a little bit and put that on my nose. It's the same steps that I did in my last video if you haven't watched that yet. So I'm just gonna go ahead and press this into the skin around my nose and then blend it out. This foundation is runny, so I'm just gonna squirt some on my face. The shade I'm going in with is 455 Natural Buff. And the foundation does have a pump, so that is also really nice. Going in with a damp beauty sponge, I'm just gonna go ahead and blend this out just like I normally do. I don't like to change the way I do things just because I'm trying something new. So if you like applying foundation with a brush, then you do as you please, but I never do, so I'm going to just do like I always do. Okay, so upon first application, I did blend everything out. I don't like this foundation as of right now. I can still definitely see my texture on my skin, like the discoloration that I have, the little friends that I have coming. But I feel like if I add another layer, it's just going to be a little bit too cakey and thick for me. I do have a lot of dry patches here, and in those areas, I feel like the foundation is sticking on top of it and not so much like sunk into my skin. Like for instance, my Too Faced Born This Way foundation is my holy grail. I love that foundation so much, and it just kind of feels moisturizing and it sinks into my skin. It looks like my skin. And on my nose, it looks like I put powder on top of it, but I didn't put powder on top. I have not put powder at all. So I don't like this as of right now, just in this area where my mouth and my nose is, but everywhere else on my face it looks fine. And it actually looks like natural, kind of radiant, a little bit dewy, not drying, but in this area is just not, you know, working out with my skin. Maybe it's just right now, like my forehead, it looks fine, it looks flawless. You know, my cheeks look fine. It's just in this area where, you know, my nose and my chin. But other than that, so far, it doesn't feel heavy. It doesn't feel sticky. It dried down really nice. So I do like that about this foundation. I am not going to set my foundation today, but I am going to put on my concealer and just set my concealer in place and then do the rest of my face. I'm going to go in with the Too Faced Born This Way Multi-Use Sculpting Concealer. I did use this in my last video and it's in the shade Nude. So I'm just going to go ahead and do that under the eyes. Nothing too crazy, just a little bit. And that's it. All right, so I'm only gonna do that. I'm gonna go ahead and blend it out with the beauty blender. So next I'm gonna go in with my Tarte Smooth Operator pressed powder. It's just a translucent powder, and I used to use this a lot last year, and I've stopped for a couple months because I've been using my Too Faced Born This Way loose powder. I have been loving that so much, but I'm gonna go ahead and use this just real quick, just under the eyes. I just finished applying everything to my face, my foundation, my concealer, and just the powder underneath my eyes to set that concealer. And it doesn't look any different than it did earlier. It's just, I'm not loving it yet. I'm not really loving it. I'm not feeling it in this area. Everywhere else it seems to be doing just fine. So I am going to wear it and see how it is. Maybe when I start getting a little bit more dewier, it'll start melting into my skin and looking a lot better throughout the day. But I'm not impressed with the coverage as well, because it is a little bit showing my discoloration and my acne problem that I have going on right now. So I'm not happy about that. If that I didn't have that issue, maybe it would be good, but I don't consider this medium to full coverage. Maybe a light to medium coverage for sure, but I do not want to build it up because I did not like how it looked on first application. After I blended it out, it kind of looked like powder was sitting on my skin, and I don't like how that looks. So I am going to finish the rest of my face, and then I will come back to check in with you guys. Right now it is 1:12, so I have been doing this for about what, 20-40 minutes already now. So we shall see how this ends up. So I'll be back to check in a little bit. Alright you guys, I am back. This is the finished look. I didn't do anything too crazy today, but it is 2:28 and I have been wearing this since about 12:40 or so maybe. So it has been a couple hours. My thoughts on it now is definitely different than when I first applied it. So when I first applied it, it looked a little bit, you know, cakey around this area, patchy in this area. Even though there's still a little bit of a problem, it has settled into my skin a little bit. All the powders and everything applied perfectly. The bronzer, the blush, the highlight, everything looks nice, but I do have an issue with it on my nose and right here in my chin area, which I don't know, maybe if I moisturize or if I'm having a better skin day, then maybe this foundation will look a lot better. But as of right now, it's not too bad. Like, it definitely has sank into my skin a lot better. It's a little bit more comfortable to look at. It's not sticky. I didn't powder the rest of my face. The only powder product that I have on are my bronzer, my blush, my highlight, and also my under eye concealer powder, which is a translucent powder. But other than that, there's no like foundation powder. I didn't set this foundation at all. So I'm gonna zoom in on my skin so you can see how it looks and what I'm talking about. So as you can see, it doesn't look too terrible on my skin. I don't have perfect, flawless, like baby's butt skin. I do have texture and pores and all that other imperfections. It doesn't look terrible. I'm not hating this foundation, but I'm not absolutely loving this foundation yet. Maybe in the summertime I would love it a little bit more, but if it does start to break up on me and get greasy on me, then I might still not like it. So I'm not sure. As of right now, I like the way it looks. I don't love the way it looks, but I do like it. It has melted into my skin a little bit better. So I am going to go about my day, and I'll come back and check in with you guys later on tonight. I'm going to wear this as long as I can, so the lighting might not be perfect later, but I will try to you know, just update you guys and let you know how this wears throughout the day. Okay, you guys, I am checking in, and it is now currently 8:32 at night, and I am signing off for this video. I've had this on for about 7 to 8 hours now, and I already have a kind of a full day wear of it. I did a lot of running around today. It's my son's birthday tomorrow, so I had to go do some errands, get some stuff, and I was doing laundry, cooking, eating, all that stuff, and I have an opinion on my skin. So when I first applied this foundation, I did not like it. It wasn't completely medium to full coverage, and I didn't like the way it was sitting on my skin. So I didn't want to build up the foundation from there, but then it started warming up to my skin, and it started to look a lot better after everything was set. So now that I've been wearing it for about 7 hours, it held up really well. I don't like the initial areas right here and a little bit on my nose, but now that it's sat in my skin, my nose looks completely fine. I still have foundation on it. It's still covered. It hasn't broken apart or gotten greasy on me. I have normal to dry skin. So right now I like the way it looks. I just don't like that it looks makeup-y around this area in my face. But after a couple hours, it did sink into my skin, and it looks so much better now. Right now is an okay foundation. I do have to play around with it and see what ways I can use it. Maybe, you know, extra moisturizer or something will work better with this foundation. I am still gonna play around with it because I don't hate it, but I'm not super in love with it. So it's just an okay foundation for me as of right now, but it did hold up pretty well throughout the day. I still have my bronzer, my blush, my highlight still on. Everything is still there. Well, that is it for this review and first impression try on the L'Oreal Infallible up to 24-hour fresh wear foundation. If you like this video, give it a thumbs up, and also don't forget to subscribe to my channel down below. I would love to have you guys here. And until next time, bye guys.